today's spelling lesson. You're going to start by looking at this slide and see that it says stop. Go to pages 76 and 77 in your binder first. Be sure to read the directions carefully because there are 3 different things that you have to do and mark on page 76. You're not just dividing in syllables, but you're also marking vowels, so read the directions carefully. When you have finished both pages 76 and 77, come back to this video and bring your notebook and pencil and have it labeled and ready to go. Okay, I have some new syllable rules to teach you today, but before I do, let's go ahead and review the rules that we already know. Look at the word that's on the screen. Notice that you have 3 letters between your vowels. So if I pull my vowels out to the side, I have 3 consonants left in the middle. Remember, the rule we learned last time was that you will take 2 of them and go to the right and 1 and go to the left. So that's the 1-2 split. So this word would be a closed syllable at the beginning. So it would be con and then flict, conflict. That's what we learned last week. All right, let's try one more. The other thing we learned last week is that we should usually start by asking, is a long word a compound word? So when I look at this word, I'm looking and to see if I see 2 smaller words within it. And I do. I see the word hand and I see the word bag. Each one of them is a word all by itself. And so when I divide it into syllables, I'm going to split between the 2 smaller words. So I'm going to split between hand and bag. Remember, a compound word is 2 small words. They're actual words that could be used by themselves, and then they're put together into one longer word. Now we're going to try a new one. Notice that in this one, if I look, I do not see 2 small words anywhere in it. Remember, in order for it to be a compound word, it would have to have 2 small ones. I don't see that here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my vowels into the different syllables. And then I count and I see I have 1, 2, 3, 4 letters between the 2 vowels. So for this rule, it's going to be like the other one, only instead of a 1-2 split, we're going to have a 1-3 split. And so I'm going to be taking and putting 3 of the 4 letters over to the right and taking the other one and pulling it over to the left. So this is called a 1-3 split. You'll notice that that also allows you to have this blend stay together, STR. It's not a digraph, but it is a blend. So STR, struct, struct, and over on the first syllable, it's in, right? So instruct. So if you have 4 letters in between your vowels, you're going to do a 1-3 split, unless it is a compound word. Let's try another one. Okay, same thing. I look and see, is it a compound word? Do I see 2 smaller words in here? I see act over here, but I don't see any other words, so it's not a compound word. So I'm going to pull my vowels apart. I'm going to see how many letters in between, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so I'm going to do a 1-3 split. I'm going to put 1 there, and then I'm going to take these 3, and all together I'm going to move them to this side. So this word splits as ab and stract. Abstract is this word. Okay, so again, that's a 1-3 split. So if you have 4 letters in between the 2 vowels, you're going to do a 1-3 split. All right, so let's look at the next word that we have. You see 2 small words? Not, I kind of do, but let's see. If I'm not sure if I have 2 small words, I'm going to go ahead and still follow the 1-3 rule. I'm going to pull my vowels apart, and then I'm going to move one to the left, and then I'm going to take these three, which is also a blend, and move them to the right. And so my first syllable will say sub. My second one will be SCR, which says script. So subscript. Okay, so if you're not sure if it's a compound word, you can still just use the 1-3 split and sound it out that way. All right, now that we've seen the 1-3 split in some words, we're going to take and we're going to spell some words. So you're going to see that the word is covered up. I'm going to say it. You're going to write it down in your notebook. So this would be number 1. And what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video if you need more time to spell it before I uncover it, just like last time. So our first word is sandblast. Sandblast. Listen to the word. Think about what the syllables are. Sandblast. I hear 2 syllables. Sound out the first syllable. Write it on your paper. Sound out the second syllable. Write it on your paper. All right, I'm going to uncover it. If you're not ready, pause the video. And here's our word. This one is a compound word. So if I were dividing it, I would actually take and do sand and blast. And sandblast. Okay, if you did not get it correct, please correct it and then go on to the next word. If you have it correct, we're going to go ahead with word number 2. Number 2 is grandstand. Grandstand. I hear 2 syllables, grandstand. Go ahead and spell it. All right. If you're not ready, pause it because I'm going to uncover the word and show you how it should be spelled. There it is. This is also a compound word. I hear the word grand and I hear the word stand. They actually are rhyming words, so they both have A and D in them. So and grandstand. It's a compound word. If you missed it, please correct it and then start the video back up when you're ready to go on. Word number 3 is unstrap. Unstrap. Unstrap means to take something and take the strap off. Unstrap. Think of the syllables. Spell the syllables. Okay, I'm going to uncover it and show you the word. If you're not ready, pause the video. There it is, unstrap. Unstrap is not a compound word. I hear un and I have strap, but un is not a word, so it's not a compound word. So if I were thinking of the syllables, though, I would hear un as the first syllable and strap as the second one. Again, if you did not spell it correctly, please go ahead and take and stop the video, correct it, and then come back. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do the next word. The next word is, whoops, I forgot the word. Ooh, I know what it is. Conscript. Conscript. I'll say the syllables. It has 2 syllables. Conscript. Conscript. Go ahead and write it. Okay, I'm going to uncover it and show it to you. If you're not ready, go ahead and take and pause the video. There it is, conscript. So if we were to take and look at the syllables, con and script. Conscript. If you need to correct it, pause and correct it. The next word is gangplank. Gangplank. Again, I hear two syllables. Sound them out and spell them. Gangplank. All right, I'm going to uncover the word. If you're not ready, pause the video. Gangplank. I actually see two small words here. I see gang and I see plank. So this is a compound word. So gang, G-A-N-G, and plank, P-L-A-N-K. Gangplank, a compound word. All right, next I'm going to show you some words and you're going to read them. Okay? It may help you to think of where they would divide into their syllables. So each of them has 4 letters in between the vowels. So you can first ask yourself in this long word, do I see 2 shorter ones? Is it a compound word where I can just take and sound out the first part and then sound out the second part and put them together? Okay? In this case, it is. All right, go ahead and try and read it out loud in a whisper to yourself. All right. This word has 2 small words in it. It has P-O-S-T. Remember, O-S-T says ost. So post child. Post child is this word. All right. The second word, same thing. I want you to look at it. I want you to think of how it would divide. And then I want you to say it in a whisper to yourself. All right. So I don't see 2 small words here. So I'm going to pull my vowels apart and I'm going to look and I'm going to follow the 3-1 rule. So I'm going to put 1 over here. That makes it a closed syllable. So I know it's going to say ob. And then SCR is not a unit, but it is a blend. And so SCR says so I know it's going to say ipt. So it's obscript. And this is a nonsense word. It doesn't mean anything, but this is the way I would pronounce it. All right, we're going to do one more that we read. Look at it. Think, do I see 2 small words or is it just a long word? Think about how you would divide it into syllables. Whisper it to yourself. Wing strap. This would be a compound word, although it's a nonsense word. Wing strap is how we would say this word. Okay? All right. That takes us to the end of our spelling lesson. What I'd like for you to do is open up your binder now to page 78 and just read through all the words that are on page 78. If you finish before time is up, you can play a sight word game. Good job today, ladies.